Good night, folks. 11th of June. So we have the new numbers about short, float, and all this. So I'm trying to understand what's going on, and that's explain. It's a big explanation of roughly what's going on. From where to start? Let me see. So basically, what the market need to take into consideration is that CISO have another kind of profile now. So actually, the official numbers we have is that there is 32 million shares in the float, with roughly 17 to 18 million shares in the end of insiders. So that's mean that we have in the market 14 million shares and the float is 32. So that's important. Why? Because basically the total shares out since the beginning of 2025 have tripled. That means we have been passing from 11 million, well, let's say 12 million to be a round number, to 32 million. So the market, roughly since the end of February, have absorbed normally 20 million shares, but it's more around 9 million because a part of this 20 million have been going to insiders. I don't really understand because, I don't see officially that insiders have been buying shares, so I suppose they have been buying from target capital who have the convertible. They buy a part and they are not in the market. What they say is that officially there is 14 million shares in the market and 32 out. So what we need to understand is that when the stock was at 50 cents with the total shares of 12 million, that's mean that at that moment the market cap of CISO was around 6 million market cap. Now the market cap is 32 million, so it's like 5 to 6 times more. So when we look at CISO now, we need to see it as a new company. History is irrelevant. History is irrelevant because the profile of the company have changed. Let me explain. We have 32 million shares, okay? Even if all these shares are not in the market. But for the value of the company, the value is at $1 per share at 32 million market cap. So, yeah, the market cap have been going up, but the profile of the company have been changing a lot because now all the high interest debt have been deleted with that. So that's mean that the market cap is way higher because the number of shares that the market have been absorbing. And that's why you have all these days with high volume during the last 2-3 months. 20 million there, 76 million there, 66, 12. And you see that when there is no shares in the market, we are trading 1 million shares a day. So the meaning is that there is not so much share round because the insiders have taken a lot of shares out, and we have big trading days who have absorbed the shares. But now it's a new story. It's not the same CISO of 2024 with the run in December and all that. We need to forget that. Because now there is more shares out, the value of the company have been going up, but we have number of expectation for the sales this year around $40 million. That's new. And this target will not be deleted by the repayment of high interest debt that we used to have in the past. The company is a lot more sound today, have a lot less overhead, but there is more shares. So the market is trying to stabilize and to figure the value of CISO, actually. That's why we are in a trading range. All the shares who need to be dumped have been dumped. And now we are waiting for news. What we have in our hands is the sales expectation, $40 million. The number of shares out, 32 million. The margins going up, and the debt to pay who have been drastically coming down. So I think that all these shares have been absorbed, and now it's a question of re-rate the company with the expectation of sales, with the new financial situation was a lot better. At the end of 2024, it was a very high, a lot of interest to pay, a lot of debt, and that's out of the way now. So we completely need to forget about the old CISO. We need to look forward. So if we have 40 million in sales this year with, let's say, a growth rate of 20 to 30% and margins will be a lot better than in the past, it's not absurd to consider that anything under 200 million market cap is cheap in this sector, cybersecurity. 200 million market cap with the number of shares we have mean a stock price of roughly $6 to $7. But the market needs to have confirmation. They need to see that margins are going up, that the debt will not, delete all the progress, and clearly see how many shares are running around in the market. Officially, the number we have is 32 million in total, with 17 million in the hand of insiders who are not in the market. So what we can conclude on this, more than ever, the insiders have an interest here to see the price going up. They have a lot more shares now than in the past. 17 million now. I think in the past it was more around 6 million, something like that. We have a financial situation who is a lot more favorable, and we have margins and sales going up in a sector with high growth. The dust need to come down because it was a very there was a lot of movement in the stock, from 30 cents to $1.70, high volume day, this and that. Now we are trying to find a bottom. We are compliant with the NASDAQ because we have been trading more than 10 days above $1, so that's out of the way. Now it's a question of news to justify a market cap with a lot higher than today. In the past, it was not possible because the margins were low and there was a high debt. So even if the number of shares out was a lot lower, the company was in big danger of going in bankruptcy. That's why you see the situation. The fall down from $50 to $1. But now, the company, if they execute, they can survive, and if they can survive, they're going to be re-rated, considering earning per share, less debt, bigger margins, high growth, this and that. But it can take time. I will not lie to you. when I see all these numbers, the volume, the dark pool activity, today again 80%, it will take some time for the market, because we see in the report that official short, I insist, official short have been covered. There is no more short on CISO, because the new shares that have been coming in the market, they were able to cover. So we will not have a squeeze here with the official number we have, but we can have the company going to be re-rated. And if it's re-rated accordingly to the sector, I mean, anything between 100 to 200 million market cap is very normal. That's mean $3 to $7 per share. But the market need to digest all the new shares, all the new numbers, and the company need to show now we are sound and now we are going forward with the software, SaaS, high margins activity, and the debt is out of the way, so we're going to have good earning per share every quarter. That's the actual situation. But I don't want to put it all rosy. That may take some time. And maybe until next earnings, that's mean August, I think, we may be stuck in this situation. I don't know, because sometimes market anticipate, so you never know, but it's not exclude that it may take some time for the market to re-rate CISO with the new situation. So that's basically what I have to say. I hope we will be okay. I think the downside risk is very limited if the CEO is for real with the numbers they give us. But to have a sustained run and to be at the level we deserve, it may take some confirmation. Take care. Have a good night.